Beijing just unveiled a military partnership that changes everything in the Pacific. For decades, China treated North Korea like an unpredictable younger brother, useful as a buffer against American influence, helpful for causing chaos when needed, but kept at arm's length because Kim Jong Un's nuclear ambitions and constant provocations embarrassed Beijing on the world stage. China wanted regional dominance. North Korea wanted survival and respect. The relationship was transactional, not strategic. And then, on May 24, 2026, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi arrived in Pyongyang for meetings that North Korean state media described as reaching a new level in bilateral relations. The language was carefully chosen. A new level. Not improved ties. Not strengthened cooperation. A new level. And American intelligence agencies know exactly what that phrase means in diplomatic code. It means alliance. The meeting itself appeared routine on the surface. Wang Yi shaking hands with Kim Jong Un. Discussions about practical cooperation between neighboring nations. Standard diplomatic photography released through state media channels. But U.S. Pacific Command analysts noticed details that revealed something far more significant was happening. The meeting location wasn't a government office or diplomatic reception hall. It was held at North Korea's Workers' Party headquarters, the symbolic heart of the regime's power structure. Wang Yi wasn't just representing China's foreign ministry. He was there as a senior Communist Party official, meeting with his Korean counterpart in a party-to-party framework. This wasn't diplomacy between governments. This was coordination between revolutionary movements with shared strategic goals. And those goals directly threaten American interests across the entire Indo-Pacific region. U.S. Commander of Pacific Forces had warned about this exact scenario just weeks earlier. Cooperation between China, North Korea, and Russia threatens the Pacific. Those weren't empty words. They were based on intelligence showing deepening military coordination that goes far beyond diplomatic pleasantries. North Korea has been shipping artillery shells and ballistic missiles to Russia for use in Ukraine. China has been providing economic support that keeps North Korea's regime functioning despite international sanctions. Russia has been sharing advanced military technology with Pyongyang, including satellite reconnaissance capabilities and potentially even nuclear submarine designs. The three nations are building an axis of mutual support specifically designed to counter American military dominance in the region. But the May 24th meeting in Pyongyang signals something more dangerous than occasional cooperation. Kim Jong Un personally told Wang Yi that ties between their nations have reached a new level. New level in this context means formalized military coordination. It means joint planning for conflict scenarios. It means North Korea's missile and nuclear capabilities being integrated into China's strategic calculus for a potential war over Taiwan. And it means China providing North Korea with diplomatic cover, economic support, and potentially military assistance in exchange for Pyongyang's willingness to serve as a second front that divides American attention and resources. The timing reveals Beijing's strategic calculation. China has been conducting the largest military exercises ever recorded around Taiwan. Over 130 aircraft, multiple naval task forces, simulated blockades of Taiwan's major ports, rehearsals for amphibious assault. Beijing is preparing for the possibility of forcibly reunifying Taiwan with mainland China. And American military planners have war-gamed what that conflict would look like. The conclusion is sobering. The United States would commit massive naval and air assets to defend Taiwan. Aircraft carrier strike groups, bomber wings, fighter squadrons, submarine forces. Essentially the entire Pacific Fleet plus reinforcements from other regions. Which leaves a dangerous vulnerability. If North Korea chose that exact moment to launch provocations on the Korean Peninsula, American forces would face an impossible choice: defend Taiwan or defend South Korea. Beijing knows this, Kim knows this, and their new level of cooperation ensures they can coordinate exactly this kind of two-front nightmare scenario. Here's what that actually means in practice. American forces defending Taiwan would be operating from bases in Japan and potentially South Korea. Those bases become targets if North Korea decides to join the fight. Kim Jong Un has intercontinental ballistic missiles that can reach the American mainland. He has theater nuclear weapons that can hit U.S. bases throughout the Pacific. And he has conventional artillery positioned to devastate Seoul within hours. If China provides intelligence sharing that helps North Korea time its attacks for maximum strategic impact during a Taiwan crisis, the United States faces catastrophic complications. Defending Taiwan requires air superiority. That requires aircraft operating from Japanese bases. If those bases come under North Korean missile attack, air superiority becomes impossible. Naval forces need safe ports for resupply and maintenance. If Busan and other South Korean ports are threatened, the logistics chain supporting the Taiwan defense collapses. China doesn't need North Korea to invade South Korea. Beijing just needs Pyongyang to create enough threat and chaos to force the Pentagon to split its attention and resources between two simultaneous crises. And Kim Jong Un's regime gets exactly what it wants from this arrangement: Chinese economic support that bypasses international sanctions, technology transfers for missile and nuclear programs, diplomatic protection at the United Nations, and most importantly, guaranteed Chinese intervention if the United States ever attempts regime change in Pyongyang. It's a partnership where both sides gain strategic advantages that directly undermine American power in the region. The Pentagon is watching this alliance formation with growing alarm because it solves China's biggest strategic problem. Chinese military planners know that in a war over Taiwan, American submarines would devastate China's navy. U.S. air power would establish dominance over the Taiwan Strait. American long-range missiles would strike command and control centers across the Chinese mainland. Beijing's only realistic path to victory requires preventing American forces from concentrating overwhelming combat power in the Taiwan theater. And the best way to prevent that concentration is to force America to fight on multiple fronts simultaneously. North Korea provides that second front. Russia's war in Ukraine already divides American attention between Europe and Asia. Now, China is ensuring that within Asia itself, American forces cannot focus solely on Taiwan. The broader implications extend beyond military coordination. China and North Korea are both authoritarian regimes that see the United States as an existential threat to their survival. Both believe American military alliances in the Pacific are designed to contain and eventually overthrow their governments. Both view democracy promotion and human rights advocacy as weapons of ideological warfare. And both are willing to use force to defend what they consider core national interests: Taiwan for China, regime survival for North Korea. The new level of cooperation Wang Yi discussed in Pyongyang means these two regimes with nuclear weapons and massive conventional militaries are now coordinating strategy against the United States and its allies. American policymakers face a strategic environment that has fundamentally shifted. For decades, the U.S. could rely on China wanting stability on the Korean Peninsula. Beijing's interest in avoiding chaos near its border created space for American diplomacy and deterrence. That assumption no longer holds. China has decided that North Korean unpredictability is less dangerous than American military presence in the region, and Kim Jong Un has secured the powerful patron he always wanted. A China-North Korea military alliance doesn't guarantee war, but it makes war more likely by reducing the costs and risks both nations face when challenging American interests. And it forces the Pentagon to plan for scenarios where defending Taiwan means simultaneously deterring North Korea. The alliance that American commanders warned about has formed, and the Pacific just became far more dangerous.